Okay guys, please take down. Errors revealed by the trial balance. Right? Under that trial, if the trial balance does not balance, trial balance does not balance, comma, the ledger entries have not been recorded correctly. Because of the following reasons. Okay, right? The first one, number one. 2 entries have been recorded. On the same side of the general ledger. For example, 2 debits or 2 credits. Instead of 1 debit and 1 credit entry. Right? Right. Number 2, right? Only 1 entry has been recorded. Only 1 entry has been recorded, right? For example, 1 debit entry without a corresponding credit entry. Right? Number 3, different amounts have been recorded on each side. Right? For example, 50. in one entry, in the debit entry, and 500 in the credit entry. Right? Okay. After that, right? One is space and right next subtopic. Errors not revealed. Errors not revealed by the trial balance. Right. Next line right. The trial balance will still balance even the following errors still exist. Sorry? Yeah. So the trial balance will still balance even the following errors still exist. Number one, a transaction has been omitted. Transaction has been omitted. You know how to write it, omitted, yeah? What is omit?
Get rid of.
Yes, missed out, yeah? Right, omitted. Right, then number two, the debit and credit entries have been reversed. Debit and credit entries have been reversed. So does that make sense? You want me to give an example or you okay? No? And do you need example for the reversal of credit, the entries? Right? Okay, everyone is okay? You need example? Right. Number three. The transaction has been recorded in the wrong ledger accounts.
Has been
Recorded in the wrong ledger accounts. For example, paying wages has been debited. Has been debited.
Did you say pay or pay?
Sorry?
What did you say? What was the example?
Example is, what did I say? Wages
Pay.
has been paid, right? Sorry, what did I say? Wages.
You said wages paying is a debit.
Yeah, wages paid has been recorded in the credit side of the bank account.
Wait, could you repeat that?
Yeah, in the credit side of the bank account and debit side of the rent account.
Could you repeat that?
From the
The after dividend.
sorry,
After dividend.
yeah, debited in the rent account, and remember I told you bank account was credited. Yes. Yeah, paying the wages has been credited in the bank and debited in the rent. Yep. So is that correct? Is that correct? No. But do you think the trial balance will still balance? Yes. Trial balance will still balance, yes? Yeah. So that means we can't trace it from the trial balance, right? The trial balance won't reveal that error. Okay. Then the last item, number 4, an incorrect amount. Incorrect amount has been recorded in the two ledger accounts for both debit and credit sides.
Okay, what's after recorded?
Recorded in both. Sorry, what did I say before recorded?
Has been.
Has been recorded in two ledger accounts for both debit and credit entry. Okay, please read it, I will explain it. Okay guys, done? Okay, does that make sense? Yep. Okay, so first of all, the errors revealed by the trial balance. What are the errors revealed by the trial balance? Right? If the trial balance does not balance, right, then of course we know there is something error, right? There is an error in the trial balance. So what kind of errors? There can be three errors, right? What is that? Either both the entries have been recorded on the same side instead of a double entry. So we have to have, so we know that we need to have a corresponding debit entry for each credit entry or vice versa, right? Then if we have recorded two debit entries or two credit entries, then what will happen? The trial balance balances? No, right? Next one is only one entry has been recorded. Instead of a double entry, we have run a single entry. We have posted a single entry, right? Then it still doesn't balance. Then different amounts have been recorded on the double entry, right? So we have recorded one amount in the debit entry and another amount in the credit entry. So then it won't balance, right? So those are the errors revealed by the trial balance. That means, how do we know they are revealed? Because the trial balance does not balance. The other one is, and also before going to the second one, we don't deal with the errors that are revealed by the trial balance in your study design. What does that mean? We don't work them all, but theoretically you have to know it. All three of them, they come to the exam, okay? Even into the VC it comes. So that you have to remember all three of them, right? However, we don't work them all, we don't practice them, right? Then the other one, the other set of errors not revealed by the trial balance is the one that we are going to work on, okay? Not in this chapter though, or not this lesson. We have one lesson called correction of entries, so we will deal with that with this one, okay? So there are how many errors? 4 errors that are not revealed by the trial balance. Why do we say not revealed by the trial balance? The trial balance still balances, right? The trial balance still balances along with the existence of these entries, okay? What is the first one? A transaction has been completely omitted. What is that? Missed out, okay? So do you think the trial balance still balances? Yes. Why? If you have recorded the other entries, yes, still it will balance, yes, right? The other one is errors of commission. Errors of commission in the sense, actually we have recorded in the wrong ledger accounts, right? We have paid wages, but we have recorded in the rent. You think still the trial balance balances? Yes, right? Because why? As long as there is one debit entry and there's a corresponding credit entry, then what will happen? Still the trial balance will balance, yes? Right. Next one is incorrect amount has been recorded on both the entries, still it will balance. And then finally we have reverse, errors of reversal. We have reversed the entries, right? Let's say we purchase a motor vehicle, right? Paying in cash, right? We have to, what is the double entry? We have to debit the motor vehicle and credit the bank. But instead of that, we have done the opposite. We debited the bank and credited the motor vehicle. So still, trial balance will balance, right? So then, those are the errors not revealed by the trial balance. Any questions with that? Right? Any questions? Right. So today, guys, we had to do the source documents. This one right, this one source documents, you don't have to really copy it because you should have done in unit 1 and 2 as well. Right, I will send you if you want to copy it down. I'll send you. Please set up. I will send you the link for the Google Classroom. Okay, so I will upload this one in the Google Classroom. Please copy it down. Or do you want to copy it now? You okay? Right. So what are the source documents we have? Right. What are the source documents we have? What are the source documents first of all? What are the source documents? Right. Any supporting document, right, or evidence that prove a transaction has occurred is a source document, right? Then actually this is my subdivision. There is no such a thing in the textbook, so I have subdivided into 5 types, right? Cash received. For cash received, like we receive cash in the business, then we have some set of source documents. Cash payments, credit transactions, return of inventory, and internal transactions, right? What are the source documents for the cash receipts? Receipt, right? Receipt. Then EFT receipt, right? And FPOS receipt and bank statement. This FPOS receipt, what do you mean by EFT? What do you mean by EFT? Electronic funds transfer. What does that mean? Let's say if we pay using the bank app or online banking, this is the source document that it will generate. Then FPOS. FPOS means, what is FPOS? Electronic funds transfer at the point of sale. What does that mean? I say you pay by the debit or credit card using the FPOS machine. I think everybody knows what FPOS machine is. FPOS machine, then it will generate us a receipt. We call FPOS receipt. In the textbook it says credit card receipt. Okay, I don't really agree with that, but however, that's what the textbook says. If you read the textbook, then because you know the reason. What if somebody paid by a debit card? Still, you know the difference, yes? Debit card and credit card, right? So then still, it's an FPOS receipt. So credit card receipt, debit card receipt, both of them are called FPOS. And bank statement, of course, you know. You know, everybody knows bank statement. What is bank statement? No? All of you have bank accounts? No? Yeah. So, bank statement, right, is generated by the bank at the end of the period, usually 1 month. Sometimes it can be 3 months, but usually monthly they generate the summary of the transactions that we carried out with the bank account, right? So then everything will be recorded in the bank statement. If you received money, bank statement will be credited. Why? Bank's bank account is debit and our account is credited, right? Why do they credit our account? Because it's a liability for them. Liability increases, credit. Okay? And on the other hand, if we paid money, what will happen? Bank statement will be debited. Why? Because their bank's bank account credited, money is going out, and the liability, their liability towards us increase. So that debit. Okay? Right. Check but, everyone knows check but. Okay, I'll show you. Right. What is this source document? You will have to identify the source documents. I couldn't tell you, sorry. You will have to identify the source documents, and in the exam you will be given the source document, and you will have to record this transaction. One question is there in my tutor as well. There are about 3 source documents. What is this source document? Nobody knows.
Tax invoice.
Check.
Invoice. He says invoice. Check.
Yeah.
Chetan. Any other? What do you think, Tanush?
It's cash, sorry.
Cash. Okay. He says cash.
No, not as in.
Yeah.
But
So why? Because why do you say cash?
cash sale.
Cash sale. Interesting. So what is the source document? What do you say, Pratham?
Receipt, right?
Receipt. He says receipt. Interesting. Tax invoice. Okay. You are saying invoice, tax invoice, or normal invoice? Tax invoice. Yeah. Right. Any other answers? Yeah.
Tax invoice.
Anything, Siddhu?
Tax invoice.
Tax invoice. Okay. Right. Now this tax. What do you mean by tax invoice? That's actually what I wanted to introduce you. That means I'll have to give you a note. I thought I wouldn't give you a note, but then all of you have misunderstood because
Tax in it.
tax. Yes, there are some students who did it too with me. Right? I explained it. What do you mean by tax invoice? Any. Yes, Tanush?
Anything that.
Any
tax.
source document. Yes. Any source document that includes
Tax.
GST. What is GST? Goods and
So,
services tax, which is 10%, right? So for every purchase, except some transactions such as fresh food, fruits, fresh food, fresh milk, fresh vegetables, fresh meat, those things they don't charge tax. All the other things we have to pay tax, except interest as well. No tax no GST for interest. So then any source document that has GST will be a tax invoice. Then whoever said tax invoice, is it correct? No. You forgot, Nevin? I have explained it, right? Dian? Yeah. He remembers, right? Tanush remembers. Okay, yeah, this is actually a receipt. Okay? Only one student gave the correct answer. See, it's written here. Receipt, see? Receipt. Right? So if you go there, what is that? For receiving cash, yes? See? We have the receipt there. Right? For cash received, it's a receipt. Right? So for the source documents, guys, don't call it a tax invoice. Why? It is wrong. Why? Tax invoice can be anything. Any source document that includes GST is a tax invoice. Okay? So this is a receipt. Why? Who has received the money? Who has received money? J. Murtlock or the Snap Photography? Snap. Why? Because always remember the business or the seller is the one who issues the source document. Always the seller is the one who issues the source document. Except for one situation. Which situation? For the EFT. Why EFT? Because for the EFT, who issues the source document? Bank. Very good. Wonderful. Bank issues the source document, right? So all the other cases, who issues the source document? The seller. Unless it is an internal transaction, memos. Excel memos, it's all provided by the seller. Okay? Any questions with this? Okay? Because there are questions in the tube, right? You'll have to figure out which source document it is. Now what is this one? What is this source document?
Receipt.
Receipt. Sure?
Yeah.
Yes. See? Receipt. Again, snap photography. Right? Good. What is this one? This is a bit hard. Who has issued it?
Snap.
Still snap photography. Right? Now, this one says receipt, but not really a receipt. What receipt is it? It's a receipt, kind of a receipt. Yeah, that's correct. But now see, what is this one? Account number is there, right? And says credit.
EFT.
CR means yeah. What is it?
EFT.
No, not EFT. FPOS. FPOS. Remember, I said that FPOS is the correct term, but in your textbook says credit card receipt. So you can call either FPOS receipt or credit card receipt. This one says credit. If it was a debit card, this one will say DR. Okay. So why they have actually hidden the numbers, because we can't display. I mean, they are not allowed to display the credit card number, so people can make frauds. Yes, right. So then see, they have hidden it. There should have been 16 digits, but there are only, I think, 12. There should have been 2 more excess here, right? Yeah. Make sense, right? How can you figure out an FPOS receipt? You have this one, account with credit or debit there at the end. What is this one?
Check.
Check but. Yes. Check. What is check but means? The slip that is attached to the checkbook. So why? See, you can see some dotted lines. It has been ripped off, right? Okay. So let's say you are going to pay me by a check. Then what would you do? You write it, and then rip this part, main part, and you will give it to me. And now I will deposit in my bank account, right? Right. So this one will be basically who will have this check but? The man who, the business who pays the money, right? Making the payment. Okay? Make sense? Not the man who receives it. This one,
EFT.
no. Why do you say EFT?
Has the bank.
There is a, okay. Now who has issued it?
The bank.
Bank. And also, see, there's a card. And see this one? ATM ID. Now what is that one? ATM ID means, see, in the cash payments, guys, cash payments, right? Under the cash payments, the last one is ATM docket. So what I just showed you is the ATM docket. What do you mean by ATM docket? What is ATM? ATM? Have you used ATM? What is ATM? Automated teller machine. It's like what I call is mini bank. Why? Small bank, yes? You have money. It has some, it doesn't have all the services. Some services are there. What is it? You can, first of all, withdraw money. But there is a limit, okay? I think depends. Usually about $2,000 per day, right? Then, ATM. You can you can withdraw money, you can deposit money. Also, you can deposit checks, right? And I don't know, like there will be some other transactions, right? Usually, few transactions you can do, right, with the ATM. So, how do you know it's ATM docket? Because see, you will have the ATM ID. Why do you have a card number here? Because you need a card to withdraw the money, yes? Usually, ATM will be issued, ATM ID will be issued under your study design for withdrawal of cash, right? So let's say owner has withdrawn cash for his personal use, then probably we will find ATM ID. Okay, sorry, I mean ATM docket. So how you can figure out it is with the ATM ID. What is this one? This one?
Invoice.
Invoice? Tax invoice? No, invoice. Nothing. Invoice? Any other different answers? Yeah. How do you know it's an invoice? Terms, very good. Now see this one again, tax invoice. Why is it tax invoice? Satum, why is it tax invoice?
Because it includes the tax.
It includes the GST tax. Yes, very good. So any source document will have, any source document that has GST will have the term tax invoice. Why? Because they should be reported to the ATO, Australian Tax Office, right? Now see this one, it doesn't say anything. Usually, the invoices will say invoice and they'll say invoice number. But this one, this is how you will get exactly, right? They will hide the invoice, right? Because why? If they said invoice, of course everybody knows it's an invoice. But terms have been given, right? Terms have been given. Right? So then if the terms have been given, what do you mean by these terms? Of course I know you have done this, all of you have done unit 2, so you know what terms means. What does this mean? 5/7? 5%? 5%, sorry? Yeah, 5% off from the total invoice price if settled within 7 days, right? N/60, meaning?
60 days.
Yeah, you have anyway regardless 60 days, right? When I was a student, I always confused this one. Which one is this discount and which one is this? Whether 5% is the discount or 7 is the discount. I was really confused. Then you know how I figured out. See, N/60. Last one is the, if you are going to confuse again in the future, last one is the number of days. Same thing applies here. Okay, see, N/60 means number of days. 7 also here, days. Then 5 is the discount. Right. What is this one? Very easy. Credit note. Why do we use credit notes? Did I give you the double entries for the returns? No. I gave you returns, double entries.
Sales income?
Yeah, and sales returns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do we use the credit note? The credit note. Yeah, for the
Okay.
returns of inventory. Remember, in my note, in my summary sheet, we have return of inventory. Returns of inventory. So we have the credit note. Returns of inventory. Okay. Right. So there's only one source document for returns and the. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't explain you with this one. Okay. Is this a, okay, all of you said this is an invoice. Sales invoice or purchase invoice?
Sales.
Sales invoice, okay. Anything else? Who says purchase invoice? Yes. Nothing? What do you think? Purchase invoice? Okay. Sales in India. Sales in Triton.
Sales.
Sales in. You have any idea, Sita?
Sales.
Sales in.
Sales.
Sales. Of course. Alright. Except one, everyone is saying sales invoice. Yeah. Actually, both. Why both? If you are in Marcon tools, okay, who has sold these goods on credit? Marcon or the Hardware Plus? Marcon is the letterhead, right? What do you mean by letterhead? They are the one who has issued. Like, what do you mean by letterhead? Like, if they have, I mean, any business's name is on the top of the document, we call letterhead. So then, this is Marcon tools letterhead. See, they are whatever the probably what is it? Their logo, something is here, and then ABN number, address, and charge to Hardware Plus, and their address and the ABN number. Okay, who has issued this source document? Marcon tools, right? Always seller is the one who has issued. So then, whose sales invoice is this? Marcon or the Hardware Plus?
Hardware.
Hardware, sure.
Wait, so are you asking who?
Yeah, whose sales invoice is this? Who has made the
Who
sales?
sold it? Marcon.
Yeah, who has sold it? Marcon has sold these items to these people, right? Then for Marcon tools, it's a
Sales.
sales invoice. For Hardware Plus, no, what is it? Purchase invoice. Why? Because Hardware Plus also will get this source document, right? Original. So usually, original source document is given to whom? To the customer, right? Customer is the king, yes, right? Customer. So we are giving the original source document to the customer, except in the banks. Always bank keeps the original. They give the copy to the customer. However, this one, other cases, right? Source document is original is given to the customer. So in this case, Hardware also will receive the same story, same thing, exactly same thing, right? But if you are doing the accounts for Hardware Plus, it is a purchases invoice. If you are in Marcon tools, it's a sales invoice. So then, in the exam, you have to be very careful. Why? You have to read that's why you have to read the questions, right? So then, if you are doing the accounts for Marcon, right, make sure. I mean, you make sure this is a sales invoice, and if you are doing it for Hardware, it's a purchases invoice. Okay. So then we don't have such a invoice called this is a sales invoice, that is a purchase. No, depending. It's a same. There's only one source document, which is invoice. Depending on the party to which, right? Depending on the party to the transaction, it's the sales or purchase invoice. Any questions? Yeah, this is the credit note. Credit note, don't worry, they will always give you this one. So then you don't have to really worry. That is also a tax invoice, yes? Why? Because there is GST. Right? Credit note. Statement of account we'll do later. Right? Okay. But I want to give you a note because I think you're understanding about the tax invoice. But we'll see. Because there's a question for the tax invoice. Either we'll do that one or otherwise give you a note. Okay? Please take the tube. Okay. Did we do the part A, explain the role of tax invoice? Yeah. What is the role of the tax invoice? Right? What is the role of the tax invoice? Tell me. Why would we use tax invoice? right? So right there, the role of the tax invoice is to indicate the amount of the GST charged or involved in any source document. Full stop. Tax invoices should be reported to the ATO in order to report the total GST. Liability to ATO by a business. Right. Okay. Part B. State 3 pieces of information that must be present on a source document if it is be used as a tax invoice. What do you think? Any ideas? Now we already saw some tax invoices. What items did we see? No idea? Yes, Thanush, what did we see in tax invoices? Can you tell me?
GST.
GST amount was there, very good. What else? ABN number, thank you, very good. ABN number. What else? No? Naveen? Did you do tax invoice at school? No. Okay. How do we know it's a tax invoice? Because how do you know it's a tax invoice? You want me to show you the tax invoice again? Okay, I'll show you then. Now say, let's say this one. Yeah. How do you know this is a tax invoice? Let's say, Tom, what do you think?
It says it.
It says it. Yeah. So then see, word tax invoice also a part of the right thing. Right. Then what are the other things? Date of the transactions, right? And then the GST amount, right? GST amount. Someone says it. Somebody said that. Okay, come back. Okay, so right there, the answer. Right, number one, the term tax invoice. Second one, the ABN number of the seller. Right. So what about the ABN number of the buyer, customer? Also should be there? No. Very good. Why? Because let's say we go to a supermarket or Coles, we purchase. Then should we give our ABN number? No, because we don't have ABN numbers. Right? People don't have ABN numbers usually. Right? So then it's a seller's ABN number. Next one, the amount of the GST. I think some of you are not there. If you want, you can do. People who didn't do, Please try this table. And part C is people who already did it. Please do the part C because it's related to the table. All done? You okay to do that? Okay. Difficult? Okay, I'll show it to you. Thank you. Okay.
Who did this?
Oh, sorry, that's the type. Yeah. Okay. Should be how much? 60. Make it 60. You will see? Yeah. Good. And 120 and did you add 92? Yeah, good. Very good. Good and see. Okay, I think most of you have done. Some of you have issues. Sorry, there's a typo in this one. It should be 60. in this one it should be 60, okay? Right. So I think all of you are right with this one for 40, and then this one is 639. Right. March 19th, you okay? Tretan, you okay? March 19th, 72, yeah? Why? 10% of the 720. Yeah? Okay. Then 792. Then for the March 23rd, what is it? They have given only the GST component, which is equivalent to 10%. Yeah? Then what is 100%? You times by 10. Very good. 1200. Then the total is 1320. Okay. Now 28,012. You okay, Tanush? Last one?
I need a calculator.
Okay. Try to bring the calculator. You have the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the phone. Yeah, you have to, everybody has to bring the calculator, okay? What's your calculator? Huh? Yeah, you have to bring it. And also you have to bring the scientific calculators, please. Okay? Bring your scientific calculators. Why? Because you have to get used to that one. Satan, you brought the calculator? Yeah. Right. So 1012. Did you get it?
Yeah.
How much?
920.
920, yeah. So 1012. Tretan, you okay with that? Yeah. What did you do? 1012 is equivalent to how much? 110%. Why? Because the selling price is 100%. Why is it equal to 100%? Because we calculate 10% from the original price, which is the selling price. We calculate GST 10% on the selling price. So then whatever that the selling price will be 100%. Why? Because we are calculating a part from that one. Then that one will be 100%. Okay? Then total price is equal to 110%. Right? So 1012 is equal to 110%. How do we calculate 10% or 100%? Firstly, you need to calculate 1% of this. How do you calculate 1%? You divide by 110. And times by, if you want to calculate the GST, times by 10. Right? That's why your school teachers are saying what? Divide by 1.1. Divide by 1.1 means 100. Right? Why? Because 100 divided by 110 means what? Will be 1.1. But some teachers I know, they are asking you to divide by 11. Why? Why is it 11? Because of this. Okay? This 0 goes into this 0. And what will happen? Then you are dividing 1012 by 11. That's why the teachers say divide by 11. But I don't want to teach you like that. I don't want you guys to be machines. Right? You have to be very logical. Okay? So now you know the logic. Why? Because total price including the GST is equivalent to 110%. Okay? That's an answer, okay? Not a count. Right. How much is the answer for C? Oh, sorry. So this one will be how much? 1012 divided by 11 goes into 101, 92, 920, yeah? 920 and 92. Okay, then for part C, what should you do? What should you do for part C? Yeah, you have to add all of them, right? This column, GST column, should be added. How much? 423. Yeah, 423. Right? So then calculate the total GST received by the nursery was 423. Right. Part D. Explain why small businesses who make sales involved in GST have a liability to the ATU. Not only on small businesses, any business, usually any business. But why do they specify small business?
And this profit.
No. Why do they? I have told you, like, but probably you might have forgotten. Right? Why is it? Because in your study design we are dealing with only with small businesses, right? Not large or medium scale businesses, right? Always we deal with small businesses, right? We don't deal with the company accounts or anything in your study design, right? You will do it if you do accounting in the uni. Yes, you will do it, right? In my VCE, I did accounting, company accounts, partnership accounts. You have very small study design. See, you can easily get an A. Okay? You have a small study design, guys. Right? Okay. Right. Why would these small businesses have a GST liability? Why is that? Yeah. Anybody knows the answer? Because they are making more sales than what they spend. Makes sense? Let's say they purchase $1,000 worth of goods. Okay? Right? 1,000 worth of goods. Right? Then how much would they pay GST on that? 100. Yeah, very good. Then do you think they will sell that 1,000 worth of goods for more than 1,000, less than 1,000, or exactly equal to 1,000? More. Why? To make profit. Yeah, of course, if any business wants to make profit, that's why the businesses exist, right? The reason for the businesses to exist, right? Otherwise they don't have any motivation to run their business, right? So then businesses have to make a profit. Then of course they have to sell at a higher price. Let's say they sold it at 1,500. That means they have paid $100 GST, right? They have paid $100 GST. Why 10% of 1,000? Then on the other hand, when they sell them at 1,500, how much they would collect? 150. That means how much is their GST liability?
350 or 250.
250, sure? Okay, I'm just still explaining you the unit 2 content, okay? Not unit 3 or 4. Right? That's what I'm saying. 150 you are collecting from customers, but you paid only 100. How much is your GST liability?
50?
50, correct. Why? We collected 150 but we paid only 100. That means we are still retaining how much? 50. So then your GST liability will be 50. Makes sense? Yep. Present? Yep. Okay. Now please take down the answer. Right there. Business charges the GST on its customers at the selling price. on behalf of the AT. Full stop. The business is not entitled to claim the GST receipt. That should be forwarded to the ATU. Take away any GST paid. On the purchases of the business. Full stop. As the selling price should be greater than purchases and expenses. You okay?
I'm done.
Purchases and expenses, comma, it will create a GST liability. For the ATO. Okay. Right. Right. Question number 2. Right. Yeah. Have a look at the question, please. Part A. What type of transactions cause the 3 credit entries in the GST clearing account? Okay, now we have done the GST account few times, right? I mean, not few times, many times. Yes, we did many questions involving the GST account. Okay, what are the transactions? What do you think the answer for this one? 3 credit entries in the GST clearing. What do you think about the first one? I mean, all of them, yes? Cause the 3 credit entries. Yeah, any idea? Let's call it Tretan. Yeah. Setum, what do you think?
Not sure.
Not sure? You guess anything? Pato,
Maybe just like cash sale.
cash sales,
Obviously.
cash sale, Tanush,
Credit sale?
credit sales. No idea? Okay. Yeah. Cash sales is correct. Not credit sales. If it was credit sales, what will happen?
Your decrease.
No, not decrease. Still it will increase. But not, the cross reference is not the
J.
bank.
Yeah.
Then what is the cross reference if it is a credit sale?
Accounts
Accounts
payable?
payable? Is that accounts payable involved with the sales? Hmm? What is it? Accounts receivable, yes? Not the payable. Why? Payable is involved with the Setum, what is it? Accounts payable is involved with what? Credit? What? Credit?
Is it purchase?
Purchases. Yeah? So credit sales involved with the accounts receivable. No? Okay, then if it was a credit sale, then instead of the bank, we should have had accounts receivable. Yeah? Yeah. So then write the answer. Credit sales. Sorry, my bad. Cash sales. Right. Part B. Referring to the dates of the debit entries. That means you have to refer to the date and tell the which transaction is related, right? In the GST clearing, suggest which transaction is most likely to relate to a purchase of inventory. Which one is most likely related to a purchase of inventory? And justify your answer. What do you think, guys? Are these what are they selling? What is their inventory?
Piano.
Piano, yes. Now what do you think? Which one you think can be related to the purchase of inventory? By looking at the GST. 16? Who said that? 16. Any other answers? Sorry? Same thing. Different answers? No? Why do you say call it 16? Expensive, very good. Wonderful, right? So 500 is the one, 16th is the one. Why? Because expensive, yes, they must have spent more money. Why? Because usually they will spend more money to purchase their inventory. Yeah? So then write the answer. Transaction is the 16th of August. Because the most expensive payment has been made. Has been made on the 16th as the purchase of inventory can be the largest payment made. Okay, please balance the GST clearing info. If you are not sure, please use the pencil. All good? Yeah. So how much was the balance, guys? Everyone is okay with that? No?
The date should be written here. And what is the total? Okay. No, you can't write the total there. Why did you write like that? Is that how you do at school?
No, really.
No, okay, yeah. This one I didn't show you like this. Did I show you? No. That's all. I'll show you. You have two lines on top of it. Yeah, two on
That's
that.
the one that.
Yeah, that's the one down, when you go two, and one on the top.
That's good. Oh. What have you done? Have I told you something like this? How come the totals are in two different lines? Did I show you like that? Yeah, that's the thing. Right? That's why exactly I practice lot of questions in the class, because afterwards, if I don't show it, you haven't done it. You okay with balancing, Setu? Yeah. Good. Other thing is, you have to. Okay, I'll show you.
we use the American method. Okay, how do you write the American method? Month first, then the day. Okay? Right, but that's fine, it should be, that's okay. What have you done? Yeah. Did I write? What is this? This is the total, yes? What happened to this one? And also, do you write anything in front of the total? No. See, you guys are, that's the thing, exactly. Right? You have practice, where are the previous tubes, there? Yeah, bring them. I want to see them. Right? You have to practice them. See? We have done a lot of questions, right? This is not how you balance it. I'll show you. That's exactly why I'm doing a lot of questions, because you guys are inventing your own methods. Right? That's good inventions, but unfortunately they are wrong. Most of them, okay? Right? This is the thing. No, this is wrong. Did I tell you to write the balance in front of the total? No. Yeah, see? It should be, the total should be in the same line, same row.
So it should be here.
Yeah, wherever you write it, should be in the same row. And can you have the opening balance and closing balance on the same side?
So it should be here.
Yeah, that should be there. Okay, so still, most of you don't know how to balance the ledger account. Okay, now look at this. Right. Now tell me the method to balance the ledger account. Yep. What is the first step?
The highest one.
Yes, you have to figure out the higher total, whether it is debit or credit. So if you are not sure, you have to add them and check. Okay. Now see, by looking at this, I can figure out it's the credit side, but if you are not sure, let's add it. This side, it is getting 810. The debit side, sorry, credit side total. Okay. Don't write like that in the exam. I'm just showing you. Okay. Right. Then this side, what is the total?
587.
587. Thank you. Right. 587. Now, of course, now it is clear the greater total, which is 810. Now you should know, right? You can't write 810 here, because remember, you have write in the same row. Both the total should be on the same row. If you write it here, what will happen? Because the debit side is lower, then where we are going to write the closing balance. Then we don't have space, right? Now I should know by that. Otherwise, at least by making mistakes, now you know, right? You can't write like that. Then definitely you need to have a line to write the balance. That means you have to write the total, the next line, right? I would write here 810. Now I have seen some people have written 810 here. Can you write there? And 810 here. Can you write like that? No, it should be in the same row. Okay? Right? You can't write like that. Right. Then, okay, now look at this. Don't write. Please have a look at the word. Okay? You write 810. Because this is a greater total, you can underline twice and one on the top. Then use the same row, right? Same line. And go to the other side, debit side, and you repeat the same total, 810. Okay? Right. After that, what will happen? We have to fill in the gap. Because why? Debit side we know exactly not equal to 810, because that side has 587. Then we have to get the difference. How much is the difference? 3, 2, 223. Then you will call in front of that balance. Don't write balance for the total. Some people have written balance for the total. Did I show you a method like that? No. You don't write balance in front of the total, okay? I don't know where you learned that from. I never taught you like that. Right? That's why I'm asking you guys to practice. But you don't practice. You expect your parents and siblings to practice, yes? Because they are going to visit the VC in November. Right? Okay. So then, right. So you have to practice, okay? Right. Then 810 balance. Now balance, this balance you call the closing balance. So the last day of the period, 31. Then you are writing the same balance, it is going to the other side. Now some people had written on the same side. Can it be the balance this side again? No. I didn't teach you like that. Okay? I didn't teach you something like that. You can't write like that. Okay? So it should be on the other side. Right? Other side. Then you write balance here. 223. Right? And then you have to put the date. How do you write the date? Month first and then the date. I mean the whichever the number. Month first, because that's the American method. That's what we follow. Okay? We don't have an Australian method, unfortunately. Okay? We are using the American method. Right. Then that's it. So then what I wrote in black is the real balance for the GST. What does that mean? The GST accounts credit side is greater by 223 than the debit side. Or in other words, you can say there's a remainder of 223 on the credit side of the GST account. That's what it means. Okay. Now any question? Now hereafter I don't want to see any like your own method, own inventions, okay? They are wrong. Okay? Please don't do that. They are wrong in the exam. Alright? Okay, still anybody who doesn't understand balancing ledger account, tell me, I can show you. Okay? Because we don't have time to repeat the same thing until November, because we have a lot of things to do. Okay? You should know how to balance. You okay, Cody? Right. Okay, part D. Referring to the answer to part C, and also I want to tell you another one. I know some school teachers also they invent different methods. They are also wrong. Okay, except this method. This is not my method. Okay, this is the method accepted by the accounting profession and also your study design. So this is the exact same thing that I did when I was at your stage about 25 years ago. Right? Still the same thing. Even my teachers did, in their time, same method. So no, there is no any other method. Okay. There is another method called footing. Did I tell you footing? Yeah. Footing. I'll show you. But it's a shortcut to do that one. But I don't really want you to do that one because VC doesn't ask you to do that. If your school teachers teach you, then they will check it in the SAC. Apart from that, VC doesn't check. No VC has ever checked footing. Have you heard footing? Yeah. Did your teacher show you? Yeah. Right? So you don't have to really worry about that, but however I'll show it to you. Okay. This is the only method that you have to follow. Right? Other methods, because teachers also show not the footing. There are some other methods I'm not going to show you because then you also will get the same mistake. They have invented shortcuts. No, there are no shortcuts. This is the only accepted method. Okay, that's it. Right? In the VC. Right. Now, I will show you how to do footing. Footing is, right, I will do it in a different color, not this one, probably I'll do in red. Okay, footing is informal method of balancing a ledger account. How do we do that? You get the total of the each side, right? So then remember this side was 810. You can write somewhere here. Then the debit total is how much? 587, yes? Yeah. Then you will write the totals somewhere like this. Then you get the difference. What is the difference? 223, which is also going to be the balance of the ledger account. Which side we would have the balance, debit or credit? Credit. Then what you will do is you will write 223 here and circle it. Then you know balance of the GST clearing account is a credit 223. That's it. That's the meaning of footing. Make sense? Yep. That's it. That's the footing. So you don't have like whatever I have written in red is the method for footing. Okay? That's it. That's the informal method of balancing a ledger account. But as I told you, they have never seen the VC. Right. If they like, let's say you had to find the balance of a ledger account quickly, right? Then that's how you can find it. You don't have to do that one because now you can use a calculator and you can calculate the balance, of course, right? Good. Part D. Referring to your answer to part C, explain how the GST clearing account should be reported in the balance sheet as at 31st August. Tell me, what are they asking here? The definition of what? Sorry? Accounting element. Very good. Which accounting element? Current liability. Can you tell us, Nevin? Forgot. See, that's the thing. Now, how many times you guys read your previous tweets? How many times have you read the previous tweets? Yes, that's okay. How many times did you read? One. Okay. You, Nevin? 3 times. Pratham? Once. Tia? Tanush? Once. Chetan? Twice. Cody? One. Okay. Once. Now shall we check your memory? You have read the note once, and shall we check your memory? Okay. Who can tell the definition of the current liability? Yes, Dian, can you say?
Present current obligation no longer due to the past events that can be as a result of past events.
Yeah.
That can last within 12 months.
That can last within 12 months.
Something within 12 months.
You won't get the marks for it. You remember?
The present economic obligation.
Present economic obligation, no. Not economic part is there. Present obligation, yeah. Still, you have missed that. Pratham, you remember? Okay, now see what happens. Same thing will happen in the exam. Right? Yeah. So you guys have to read it. Right? Yeah, again, don't expect your parents or siblings to read your notes. Okay, you have to read. Well, you are going to sit for the exam, not them. Right? Yeah. Now I will have to repeat the same thing. I don't like to do that, but you know what to do. I have to repeat myself. Okay. Now what has happened? Those concepts are not in your long-term memory. Why it is not there? I told you a method to keep that in your long-term memory. How? What is the method I told you? Okay. So if you did something today, go home, or maybe on your way to your home, read them. Okay, maybe 15 minutes, maximum half an hour. Then again in the middle of the week, again read. Right? So today is Wednesday, read maybe probably in the weekend. Then again before you come to the class, again read.
then basically there is a high chance that it will go to a long-term memory. Then after 3 weeks also read it again. Then definitely it is in your long-term memory. That's what I did when I was at UST. I didn't really work that hard. You don't have like kill yourself to pass the exam. Okay, you can do it very smoothly. Okay, but the thing is, you know the methods, but you don't do it. You expect some other people to do it, right? So you have to do that, right? Okay. Now, how do you explain this one? Okay, what is the current liability? Present obligation as a result of past events, right? You have to write the past event whichever it is within brackets. That would outflow and economic resource, right? During the within brackets also you have to say mostly cash at bank, right? During the next
12 months.
12 months. 12 months, everybody remembers. Okay? Right. Okay, then how do we write it? In terms of the GST. GST, we have a balance, credit balance. What does that mean? We have a current liability, right? We have a current liability. Yes, everyone understands that GST is a current liability here, right? It can be a current asset as well. Okay? This one, how would we write it? Explain how the GST clearing account would be reported. Yeah. How would we report it? As a, take down the answer. GST clearing should be reported as a current liability because it is a present obligation as a result of past events. Within brackets, right? What is the past event now? Tell me somebody. Sales, okay. Then what does? Sales only? Okay, I'll tell you. Within brackets, right? GST collected more than the GST paid. Close brackets. That would outflow future economic resource within brackets, right? Cash at bank when GST liability is settled during the next 12 months.
What is it? Liability is
Settled during the next 12 months. Okay. I think guys, it's better to take a break now. Yeah, we can take a break for 5 minutes. Don't go home. Yeah. Setan, you know where the toilet is? You want to go there? I'll show you. That is 1048.
Next one. Part C. Explain the role of the general journal in an accounting system. Identify at least one characteristic that supports your answer. By the way, I want to check. Did I give you the note for the general journal? I can't remember actually. Did I give you that? From there? Yeah, after opening balances. After that. No? Okay, I haven't given any notes up there. You sure? Okay, that means I haven't given any. Okay, please take one here. Yeah, please take your notebook, guys. Write the topic, general journal. You want me to write it? General journal. Yeah, apparently I have given only the general ledger. The general journal is an accounting record that
Accounting.
record that analyzes and record each transaction carried out in a business. By identifying the respective source documents, the respective source documents for each and every transaction before posting them to the general ledger. One has space and write subtopic narration.
narration. But the narration is a brief description of a transaction recorded in the general journal including a reference to the relevant source document. Full stop. Next time, right? If the question is silent about narration, you must record the narration. Which is a part of the general journal entry. Right. Okay guys, then we go to the question. Right. Explain the role of general journal in an accounting system. Identify at least, right? At least one characteristic. Yeah, anybody wants to, okay, I won't ask you the answer for the general journal, but if you are happy you can answer. But what do you think about the characteristic that supports the general journal? Verifiability? Okay, it says verifiability. Any other answers? Tanush, what do you think?
Verifiability.
Verifiability. Never? Okay. Pathum, why do you say verifiability?
Record stuff.
Record stuff? Okay, anything that we record, okay. Why do you say verifiable?
Because the source documents in the
Very good. Source document reference is there. Correct. Okay, actually in terms of the characteristics we can say few things, you know. We can say relevance. Okay, how many characteristics are there? Yes, Nathalie. 6. Dian, how many characteristics are there? 6. Very good. Do you remember all of them? Did I ask you? Right? Okay. So there are 6, correct? So we can say relevance, for this question, relevance, faithful, verifiability, others are not applied. Okay, we can say any of them. Yeah, take down the answer. The general journal is an accounting record. Recording each transaction by identifying source documents.
Can we
Accounting transactions by identifying source documents. Before posting to the general ledger.
Why do we say that before posting to the general ledger? Because we write first in the general journal, then you record in the ledger. We don't do the opposite, right? We don't do, we first record in the ledger, then we don't record in the journal. If you are going to record in the journal, right, you will do it first, then you come to the ledger, okay? Right. Then full stop. Right there, general journal. Provides information that is relevant, comma, faithfully represented, and verifiable. Because such transactions recorded in the general journal are verified by the source document. Okay. Right. Question part D. Right. What does part D say? Record these transactions in the general journal. Right. First one. Oh, which transaction? Okay. Okay, which transactions, guys? All of them. How many transactions are there? This one, 4th, 10th, 15, and 3 more in the addition. We have recorded all of them. We don't have to do all of them right now. We'll do some. The rest you'll have to do at home. I mean, try at home. Right. 4th of January. What is the transaction? Well, can anybody tell me the double entry for that? What has happened? No. Date is 4th, 2. Pageant furniture. What does that mean? Cash has been received or paid to the pageant? Paid. How do we know for sure it is paid? Because check butt is a what? Check butt is what kind of it? What kind of thing is that? Right? What is check butt? Source document used for what? Cash payments, right? So then you know for sure cash payment. Then what if you received an EFT receipt or something like that, right? That is used for both of them, both cash received and payment. Then how would you figure out it's a cash receipt or a payment?
Business?
By looking at the business name, that's it. Okay. Now we have this one. What is it? Yeah. Now this is, let's say if you are doing in the pageant furniture, then we have received. But this one, of course, like check but we won't be there, you know. I'm just confusing you guys, sorry. So check but wouldn't be there with the party who receives it. This one is there for the party that is making the payment, right?
So then these people, who is it? Norman Harvey has paid it to Pageant Furniture, 1400 worth of inventory plus GST. How much is the total? Yeah, 1540 with GST. What is the double entry for this? Tell me. Yes, Nevin, you want to tell?
Debit inventory,
Yep. How much?
1400.
Yep, very good. Then?
Debit GST clearing, 140.
140.
And credit bank,
Wonderful.
1540.
Yeah. Is it correct? Yeah, it is a cash payment. It's not a purchase of inventory on credit, right? So then please write the double entry, guys. Right, I will write it. This one, narration is not required. See, if they don't need the narration, you don't have to worry about it. Why? Don't write. If they have said don't require, not required, don't write it. You don't get marks. You are wasting your time. And the date is January 1st. Yes. Was it January? Yeah, January 1st. Inventory. 1400. Again GST clearing. Debit 140 and your credit 1540 in the bank. Okay. Everybody is good? Right. The next one, guys. Right. What is the double entry for document B? What is this one, Collier? What is this one? ATM. What is it? What is the transaction? Sorry? ATM docket is a source document. What is the transaction? I remember I told you. Tretan, what is it? What's the transaction? Tretan, what do you think? Drawings, yes? Cash drawings, right? What's the double entry? Can you tell me? Yeah, double entry for drawings? Not okay. Double entry for drawings? No? Kohli, remember? Double entry for drawings? Bank?
Debit.
Bank debit. Is the bank increasing or decreasing?
Or decrease.
Bank is?
Decrease.
Bank is then?
Decrease.
Debit to credit. Bank is an asset. Asset decreases.
Credit.
Credit. Where do you debit?
Drawings.
Drawings. Why do we debit drawings?
It's increasing.
Yes, negative owner's equity, right? Owner's equity decrease. So write the double entry, guys. 10th of January. Drawings debit 600, yes, or 400, sorry. And bank credit. Yeah. The rest, please try at home. Do you have any questions?